Welcome back to the Alpha. During this episode, 2 players will be eliminated from Limbo, and 2 more players will be voted out and sent to Limbo. A lot of commotion happens during this episode. It's definitely the most dramatic one that we've had so far. So what we're going to start off with is the Limbo Battle. It's called Tone Deaf, and it's a challenge that requires players to listen to tones and tell me if the next tone they hear is higher or lower than the previous example they were given. So what they'll basically do is have 10 questions. They'll listen to the first tone. They'll hear a second one. Is it higher or lower? Now, I don't have those on camera because the cameraman himself was assisting me in actually doing this challenge. So this is going to be one of those moments where I kind of just describe what happened to you. But first, let's hear what some of the players have to say about the Tone Deaf Challenge and about their overall standings being in Limbo.
You know, I'm in Limbo. I got voted out the very first time, which honestly is kind of bad when you think about it. But I have a chance to prove myself still. I'm not out of it just yet. And, you know, I voted for myself because I felt like there was no other choice for me. And while I didn't have a choice then, I have a choice now, and I'm gonna take that chance and, you know, prove to Ramik, Sabian, Ashaya that I meant to be here, and I can still be an all-star. And Ramik, I see you. I see you. I'll see you at work too. Okay, well, time to go prove myself then.
So the Tone Deaf Challenge was very challenging for me. Only because I used to be deaf. I was born deaf. I didn't start talking until I was 9. So when they did the Tone Deaf Challenge and required me to listen to different tones, they all sound the same to me. Talking about high, low, I had no idea. I was guessing left and right. I was thinking to myself, Logan is definitely challenging different parts of my life.
Go ahead and get the results for the Limbo competition of this round. So first things first, one of these players finished with a 10 out of 10 score. Now this was the first time I've done the Tone Deaf Challenge, but I definitely didn't expect anyone to get a perfect score. But the player who got a perfect score was Kyle. Kyle got all the questions right and will guarantee the fact that he stays in Limbo at least until the next round. Now the next player only missed 3 of the questions. That player was Ashaya. Ashaya also guarantees her spot in the next round. Meaning between Lawanda, Craig, and Jordan, there was only 1 spot left and 2 people will be permanently eliminated from the Alpha. The player that managed to secure her safety with only 5 points was Lawanda. Lawanda did the score 5, and that was enough to beat Craig and Jordan, who both were officially eliminated from the Alpha.
So when they came out with the results and I got a pretty decent score, I was definitely surprised. So yeah, I was definitely surprised because I'm used to reading lips, not listening to tones. So that was definitely surprising to me.
And much love to everybody, Jordan, Bree. No hard feelings. The competition was great. I am sad that I had to be one of the first people to go. I think I was like top 3 to get out. Second one. Big rip. Much love. Had so much fun. You gonna see me back. Don't worry.
So now that we have the Limbo situation taken care of, and we have Kyle, Ashaya, and Lawanda as the survivors for this round, the next thing that we're going to go on to is the meat of the episode. We're going to see the remaining 10 players battle it out to see who's the next one eliminated. Now, one thing that happens during this round is teams are disbanded. There are no longer any teams going from this point forward. They're all individuals. Now, what we have done for this round, since it's a double elimination round, is separated the 10 players into 2 different groups of 5. Now, the groups of 5 will compete amongst themselves, and both groups will individually vote somebody out. They will not cross-vote, they will vote amongst their group. Let's go over what the groups got broken down into, and then we'll go further from there. We have Eli on one group with Ra, Zach, Daniel, and Marcus, and the other group was Sabian, Bree, Jordan, Mark, and Cody. Now, both those groups will compete independently and vote one player out. So we'll start off by seeing what some players think about their standings in the game currently and the teams being disbanded, and then we'll go into the game.
I think my chances of winning the alpha are pretty good. I think I have a blend of the talents needed: athleticism, social skills, mental capacity. All those things kind of blend together really well. And I think that if there's any first-timers who are going to win, it will probably be me. Maybe not trying to be cocky, but I'm excited to see what happens. I think I'll make it at least pretty far. So I guess we'll see.
So when I came into this game, I was all for it, trying to mess up other people's, strategies and kind of cause a dissension in groups. But as soon as I got put into my group, I didn't want to have to do that because we were a strong four, and if we could stay a strong four, we probably could go all the way to the end. I never really had any plans of winning the game. I still don't have any plans of winning the game. So at this point, I just want to get as far as I can and learn about as many people as I can without showing any of my skills, so that the next time I can kind of hit it, blindside everybody and be like, really good at all these challenges, good at these puzzles, and they just didn't see it coming because they had no idea who I was. So that's kind of my goal now, is just learn as much as I can about the game, the other people, the little cliques, who is trustworthy and who's not. And I think that's the best strategy to have, is long term, not short term victory.
Teams are over. This is really exciting because a lot of people don't realize that this is when the real game starts. Having won safety on every team challenge that I was on makes me feel really good about my rankings right now, but realizing that I'm not really working with anybody. Having Bree just come to me, she kind of set me aside and wanted me to know that she wanted to make a 3-person alliance with me, her, and Jordan because she feels like that we could do really good together. And I'm actually going to go with that because knowing that Marcus, Cody, and Ra are my 3 biggest threats right now, I don't think that they see it coming with me working with Jordan and Bree.
Hello? It's Cody without the Rona beard and shit. Hello? How you doing? This is my fucking 10th time trying to do this, so let's see if I can read, because I wrote it down now. And, yeah, I'm sorry for this little finger over here. I'm scrolling through my fucking... Alright, so they disband the teams. We split into 2 groups of 5. And it's going to be a double elimination, one on each side of the field. On my side, I got Bree, Jordan, Sabian, Mark, and obviously myself. And to be honest, I'm feeling pretty good about the social climate of the group. I got some ties with some people in here, so it's going to be good. But, I can't really be complacent. I know it's a game at the end of the day. Not everyone's there to be my friend, nothing like that. So my mindset is, of course, calm my nerves, slow the breathing a little bit, and clutch up this next win. In the moment, it really doesn't matter who I'm up against because I live in that competitive smoking section. If you feel what I'm saying, meaning I want all the smoke all the time. I want the smoke all the time. You feel me? Okay.
Now I could start playing my own game individually, and I didn't have to worry about if your team won and all this. I knew I just mattered if I won. So I honestly liked when the teams were disbanded, because I knew I'd still have Jordan and I could team with her, but I wouldn't have to rely completely on a whole nother team every competition, and I liked that. I liked being able to play my own individual game. And then, so at this point I started talking a lot to a lot of people, because that's how I decided I was going to play. I was gonna make a lot of connections with people. And so I started talking to Cody, and I was like, and I knew, because he was like, as long as you're not against Raw, then I'll help you. So I knew that Cody would help me. And then I had Jordan and Marcus, and then I had Zach. Me and Zach and Jordan made a final 3 alliance.
When they split teams, it was nerve-wracking. I have to rely on the alliances I've built, the friends I've made. I gotta start hoping to find other people to put on my side. I mean, there's opportunities there, right? I definitely don't feel good about it though.
So for this round, the players have been divided into 2 separate groups of 5. Now for this particular round, both sets of 5 will be competing individually. They're not teams, they're combatants, if you will. So group A, which that set of 5 will vote somebody out, and group B, the other set of 5 will also vote somebody out. So that's the way that it's going to work. They'll be competing only amongst their teams. There is no cross-competing going on. Group A competes with Group A, Group B competes with Group B. Now the challenge that they're going to be doing is called forklift. What that is they'll be given a metal fork similar to these. They're retractable. They have prongs at the end of them. And I'll give them balls, and they'll have to transport those balls using the fork only from one area to the next, just like that. Now, as you just saw, it's very difficult with these small forks. The orange forks are a little bit easier to do. Now, the difficulty change doesn't really matter because Group A will be given the orange forks, and Group B will be given the smaller forks, and that's just kind of the way to mix it up a little bit. Now, the top 2 players from each group to finish this will earn their safety. And 1 player from each group that is in the bottom 3, which are the losers, will be voted out of this competition during this round. Let's go check out and see what happens.
So Logan explains the next challenge to us, and my self-confidence is growing with every word he says, because I know not only have I done this shit before, but I'm damn good at balance and body control type thing. So basically at that point it's all mindset.
That's how you embarrass yourself.
I mean, that's fine with me. I don't care.
The implant.
Are you ready?
So after we found out what the challenge was with the forks, I was thinking to myself, there has to be a way to almost secure my pass. And so I started talking to everybody. I got everybody on board that if Zach is available to be voted out, that everybody would vote him out. Great. I got Zach on board with everybody else, except for Eli, that if Eli is in a position where he could be voted out, he will be voted out. So, thought it was a good plan.
I was up against Eli, Marcus, Daniel, and Ra. And having just those 4 people, I felt really good because I had won safety on team challenges with them before, except for Eli. Marcus actually came to me and said that if we did really good in the next challenge, that we were going to vote Eli out next. Because we all knew that he was talking to everybody. He was forming a really good standings in the game. And if you didn't get him out right now, he could win the game.
Shadow host for the day. The goal of the game is to hold your sticks, hold your forks. No, hold Cody! What are you doing? Dang it, Cody! Oh, hey, Logan.
How confident do you guys feel?
Not
pretty
confident.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
If I might say so.
We're gonna fuck it up. We're gonna do it.
We're actually competing against each other.
Good way, fuck it up. Good way, fuck it up.
And I don't feel confident.
3, 2, 1, begin. If you drop it, go back to the start. You gotta go back to the start. First 2 players on each team to get their ball in.
Cody, I like it.
Cody with 1. Cody needs 2 more. Jordan with 1. Jordan needs 2 more.
Come on, Fritz. That's right. Walk
Mark with
it.
1. Sabian with 1. Cody with 2.
Okay, Jordan.
If you didn't go in, you have to go back.
Go back, Brady. You better run. I need hustle out of you.
Cody got all 3. Cody's done. Cody's safe. 1 more person from this team.
Oh my God,
Is that your third ball?
Green and extenders.
Jordan's got it. Jordan's safe. Yep. Left side's done. Left side's done. Right side's going. Y'all can stop on this side.
Bree, you gotta extend that thing.
It's over. Y'all are done.
It's
on
over.
that side. Y'all don't have to continue. Just put y'all's balls all back up.
I don't need your bitch ass.
We'll get it. We'll get it.
Over there, right?
Come on, Eli.
Jordan and Cody both got safety. So out of the 3 of y'all, other 3, 1 of y'all will get voted out right here. Y'all need to start talking about who y'all voting out.
No need to speed up. You're doing good.
Eli, is that 1 or 2?
That's 2. Don't worry about it.
It matters.
Eli's got 2. 2 people.
Doesn't matter.
2 people get it.
I need you moving quicker, Marcus.
I can't, bro. This is tough, yo.
This is a very hard game. Marcus with his first one.
Oh, Fritz got shit.
could get another competition win right here.
Fuck.
Oh, that was heartbreaking. He's a creeper.
No one's giving up.
I drop that shit right now, bro. Right now, sir.
Eli's safe. We're looking for one more safe person.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
Zach, take your time and hurry up.
Has anybody got
No one's got two.
I've got 4. Did Zach just get his turn?
Nope.
Everyone's at 1 but Zach.
Marcus, I need your focus here. Fritz, that's twice.
Oh no, it's twice. Raw with the second one.
Raw, I gave you my tokens. Come through.
Don't tell people that, man.
Don't tell people that.
Just Raw. Rocket Wiener right here.
Wait, who won over there?
Jordan and Cody.
Oh.
Raw gets it. Damn. That's it. Y'all's game is over.
Yeah, and Jordan says she's scared of me.
That is so harsh. All right, everybody put your 3 balls in your bucket and put work in there too.
Damn, that is stressed out.
That's hell. So the 2 different groups have 2 different elimination ceremonies, and I have this group's elimination ceremony on camera. This group, however, I do not have on camera. So I'm going to go over what happens during that elimination ceremony with you, and then we'll hear about what some of the players had to say about what they were thinking during this round. So what I witnessed was all 5 of these players scattering around, talking to each other individually, and being broken up into several different groups. Now, I wasn't sure who was going to get voted out here, but before we reveal that, let's hear what some of the players had to say about what they thought was going on at this point.
Group for the 5 competition was me, Jordan, Mark, Sabian, and Cody. And this was actually the first group that I was scared that I could go out in, because I had a feeling that Sabian, Cody, and Mark were kind of working together, but I didn't know for sure, and I knew that I just had Jordan. So I was really trying to win this one, but when I didn't win, I got a little scared, so I started doing some talking. And I was like, I went up to Mark, because I knew Mark was a really smart guy, and I was like, listen, if it's between you and Sabian, because that's who it looked like it was going between, I was like, you have to vote Sabian. I know you like him, but if you don't vote him, the votes could end up going in your favor, and then you would go out. And so I was just trying to tell him that it would make more sense for him to vote Sabian than to not vote himself, which I really liked Sabian, so it was hard for me to vote him out. And sorry about that, Sabian, but it was either you, Mark, or me, so it ended up being you.
Y'all, this is chaos. So, you know, Cody and I are staying. I'm not going to vote Bree out, so it's in between Mark and Sabian for me. I'm pretty sure I want Sabian to go just because I think he's going to be a stronger player. His social game, I think, is a little better than Mark's because he's worked with most of us, whereas Mark has only been exposed to some of us. And for me, it's Sabian. But Cody, he's a nice guy, and I don't think he's got an alliance with either one of them. So there's a lot of talk of who deserves to stay, who deserves to go. And, you know, of course, you know, Bree's got to plead her case too because she's not safe, but she knows she won't get my vote. But there's a whole lot of, like, I don't even know what to call it. We just can't. No one's come to a firm agreement yet, I don't think.
Given the circumstances, I know that everyone has great potential in their respective lane. For instance, I know Sabian being an athletic threat, a smart guy too, you know, good at stuff. Excuse me. And Bree and Jordan have the experience. They finesse certain games when they need to, when they're locked in. You know, they do well, and obviously they're a pair. You know, that's the biggest threat. You know, in a group of 5, two of them have a chance to win. The other one's safe, for the most part, right? I mean, when you think about it that way, Mark is really the wild card here. I mean, I know he's super smart, but I don't really know much about him. Meaning, you know, I guess you could say he's a question mark of unique talents. You feel me? Why am I saying that a lot? You feel me? Do you feel me? Do you feel me? Alright, we're moving on. Okay? If you're feeling me, then we're feeling me. Okay? Both of us. In hindsight, I would have wanted to probably get Jordan out in this round, because, you know, it was only a matter of time before she kind of ruined my plans with Ramik and myself. You know, like, she was already talking in my ear about Ra as a threat and what Ra's good at and the social ties that Ra got. And in my head, I'm like, I think I even told her, I was like, hey, you're basically talking about me. Like, that's basically me as well. Like, we're in the same type of boat. Me and Ra were basically doing the same shit, just on different sides of the, you know, the spectrum there. So I know I said, you know, I wanted a final three with Bree, Ra, and myself. That was my goal. And obviously Jordan's her ally, but in this game I kind of have to force my influence if I can't, you know, force people to rely on my influence if I can. Taking Jordan out would have freed up space for both Mark and Sabian, both allies to me at the time. Sabian probably more so of an ally, you know, at that time, but I had made a promise to Becca as she self-eliminated that I would try to take Mark as far as I could without jeopardizing my own game. So there I have three options. I got Bree, which, you know, it would be dropping a late game alliance at that point and painfully breaking a promise to her. Sabian is my second option, the homie, and also close with my number one ally, Ramik. So definitely not easy to think about voting Sabian out. And Mark having the guardian angel of Becca's influence, really, I don't know what to fucking do.
So with the information that you all just heard, we can now officially say that the player who was voted out was Sabian. All 4 players voted for Sabian, and Sabian actually voted for Bree, and that's the way the votes fell for that. So Sabian will be sent to Limbo. Now let's see one of my favorite elimination ceremonies of the entire game next, between Marcus, Eli, Ra, Zach, and Daniel. Who will be the next one voted out? Let's check it out.
So this is where it starts getting really juicy. We had just lost that competition, and we were all walking back into the house. And as I'm going into the house, I hear Marcus whisper to Ra that we gotta get Zach out. And in that moment, I didn't realize if he knew that I heard him, but that was a huge defeat to me because I didn't think that that's where that vote was gonna go. So I immediately ran to Eli and Daniel to give them that information, and I really wanted that to blow back up on Marcus because I did not want to go out right there, and I knew if I had at least 2 votes, it didn't matter what Ra voted, I could make it through to the next round.
I felt like my chances were pretty good on this round, honestly, of not being voted out, just because, I feel like I was kind of going under the radar. You know, Marcus is boisterous and loud, and here I am, and same with Zach and Eli. And then Ra and I were kind of keeping it low-key, you know, kind of keeping to ourselves, you know, just trying to be on everybody's good side, you know.
Okay, so we lost the fork game. Now what's happening? What was supposed to happen is that we were supposed to vote out Zach, because Zach lost, as loyal as I am. But now someone's dropped information falsely that I told someone to vote out Ra. So now Ra thinks I'm doing shady stuff.
Basically, Marcus is talking about how, like, oh, you know, stick by me, Zach is selfish, stick by me. You know, you don't vote me out, you need me. And Eli's basically spouting that Marcus is, you know, he's lying. He's trying to tell everyone to get Eli out and not telling everyone to get Zach out, which is what Marcus is saying to me. And then Ra has no idea what's going on, and it was a lot. It was a lot, honestly. There was a lot going on.
So, according to Eli and Daniel, what the plan was that Marcus was going to vote out Zach and then use the other 2 to vote me out right after. Like I said, I don't know how much truth there is to that, and I don't know how much I can trust Eli, per se, but I do trust Daniel. I don't think he would have a reason to lie to me. So...
Oh my God. No. Oh. Yeah, I can't trust anybody, apparently. Ra's questioning everything, and we all start arguing. It gets pretty bad. I get heated. Zach gets heated. Eli.
Have Eli come over.
Eli.
All right, come here.
Oh no! Come here.
I want to think.
That's up to you guys.
I want to figure this out.
What did you think I told you to do?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm done.
No. There's no negative. I genuinely want to know so you understand
I just
what I
want to figure
meant.
it out, and we'll both decide.
Are you talking about what? Go ahead.
What did he tell you?
He told me that he told. What's his name? Daniel told me that you said Zach Raw. No, Raw and Zach. They're all right here. We're voting for Zach. I told you when Zach walked up that we were voting for Daniel, but I really meant Zach because as soon as Zach walked away, I said Zach.
I'm so confused.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
All right, come on, it's time to vote, y'all. Come on.
That was at the start. At the start.
Yes. Okay.
I just want to know who said me.
No,
I'm sorry.
never you. I'm sorry, I was pooping, he had to help me, couldn't reach the toilet paper.
All right.
I was saying.
You knew I was safe.
No, you're liar. When we talk shut the lights.
That was before the game started.
Boom. The rule. Okay, I'm being completely. We're transparent. I'm being completely transparent. This guy here.
Show me.
Okay, this is what the idea was before the thing ever happened. If Zach would not, if he would have won, safety.
He's getting tongue-tied.
Okay, there we go. Thumbs out. If he would have won safety, I encourage everybody else to vote you out, 100%. Because then, what else are we gonna do? Might as well nip it in the bud, right? So since he didn't, we already planned on voting Zach out.
Okay, but here's the thing.
Go ahead.
Regardless of what's going on, you are better than all 5 of us, and you are too dangerous to keep.
I'm gonna go to Limbo regardless.
No, you're not. Here's the thing. It's because you have a girlfriend in here, too.
No, I don't. We broke up like 10 minutes ago. She's walking home.
I drove.
Listen.
I'm just saying, an alliance, you know what? The game starts.
I love
what should
you,
matter.
but you are too dangerous to be kept alive, and I'm sorry.
And Zach's not.
I don't know.
So you're undermining Zach. Hey, if that's the way I'm going out, that I'm the best of the 5, no, yeah, I'll definitely vote me out. If that's why I'm going out, because I'm the best of the 5.
Okay, but here's... Wait, hold on. Wait. I haven't heard from Daniel or Zach at all. Daniel, what do you think? I have one question. Hey, Miss Jordan, what is your favorite restaurant to eat with Mr. Marcus here?
Please don't hit the glass, that's mom.
What's your favorite restaurant?
We have the sushi place.
The sushi place? Wouldn't it be nice to have $250 to take to a sushi place? I rest my case.
Okay, let me ask you a question. What's your favorite restaurant?
You.
Wouldn't it be nice to have $260 to eat whatever you want at your favorite restaurant?
I don't even care about the money. Oh my God. Zach, the only one who hasn't talked. What do you have to say?
I will say this: if I was not trying to get out, I wouldn't be going so hard, playing so hard right now, and trying to go up to each person and tell them to vote for the other person. I didn't do that. I was honest with you guys.
But someone else.
You know what? So you're okay with getting out? That's what you just said. If I didn't want to get out, I would have done that. When you guys stepped outside, he went outside looking for you. Mark, I'm just saying that. I respected your existence.
So if they get farther enough, they'll vote together.
That is a true statement on
Very true statement. Big Brother Survivor, you don't keep a showmance. You don't do that. That's a no-no.
I don't know what it is.
So I had to do what I had to do. So I had to put that.
You know what? I think it's just time to vote. This is the most chaotic elimination yet. I have no idea who it's going to be. So let's see. I think I know what the tiebreaker is. So we'll see what happens.
You know what?
Straight up, man. Dude, I'm on blood, bro. Summoning Jutsu.
Rod, do the best for your game.
Hey, I thought the conversation was over. Wait, is it not? Okay. More. What do we got? Is it single or double fold?
Oh, look, you got on. I think we both know. You're going for me. I didn't want it to be this early, but I'm sorry.
It's been a lot.
lot going on in the past 15 minutes, as you could probably tell. Yeah, I think. I hope this doesn't come and bite me in the ass. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Sorry, Marcus.
It's exactly what Zach just did to you guys. He made don't dance. It was Zach. It was
Zach really talked to me. It was them two.
No, because Zach talked to us.
No, Mark. There we go. Okay, I'm so sorry. Right? Stay over here. Stay over here. And then you.
At the very beginning of the game, I said that you, like, between the 4 people that were on my team, me, Eli, Becca, Cody, you're probably the biggest competition.
Yeah. No, I'll be honest with you. I still feel confidently in that, and that's the bad part about me in this.
I'm not surprised.
Because what's going to happen? Somebody just kind of chilling in the background is going to make it a top 3.
Yeah,
and
100%. Back in the row.
And I hope they don't. Rasta wins this. Fact. If I'm completely out, I hope Rasta wins this.
Don't say that.
No, I hope you should feel bad. Because I gave you my word, man. And you didn't believe it, man. It's okay, though. Because I've given you a bunch of reasons not to believe me. I have to. You know what, though? You know the best part? If he would have just voted Marcus, it would have been Marcus, or no, it would have been Zach, and then Marcus. I still would have lost, but you would have still kept your word.
That's true.
But I would. Hey, I'm still not going to kick your dog.
There's too many lies being spread around.
All right, that was a lot of chaos that we just watched, and it unfortunately ended with Marcus being voted out and sent to Limbo. That was a pretty big upset. He's a great player, and it was sad to see him go, but that's how it falls sometimes. Now we have 5 different players in Limbo: Kyle, Marcus, Ashaya, Sabian, and LaWanda at the end of this episode, and we'll see how they compete in the next episode, as well as the final remaining 8 players as we continue to find out who will be the next alpha. See you next time.
Guys, I'm officially out. I'm like one of the first people out. It's heartbreaking.
How are you out?
I got eliminated out. I didn't make it past the Limbo phase 2. So
Who do you expect to get out next?
Who do I expect to get out next is, I think they're gonna send Sabian and Marcus into it, and I think some of the stronger competition might be hurting. When you go to Limbo, you're kind of thinking, oh, it's weaker competition. I might be able to pull it out and come back, but there's some games that kind of require you to think, act, and I don't know if the stronger people got it. So I'm gonna take a chance out here and say I think Sabian or Marcus is gonna go out next.